Welcome to I think this is the fourth. Is this the fourth? Let me check. Yeah. Welcome to the fourth lecture of the Introduction to Tax Lien Investing of Tax Liens University. I'm filming this on Monday, January 15th, 2024. I'm filming from a Motel 6 in Temecula, California. It's actually a nice room. I checked here yesterday. I checked in for 2 days. I'm leaving tomorrow, and for $127, I got a nice room with, as you can see, a comfortable chair, or I don't know what this is called. I don't know what this thing is called. Put in the comments what this thing is called. I don't know what it's called. I'm just gonna call it a comfortable chair. It has let me show you around. It has a nice little fridge. It has a nice view of the swimming pool. It's on the ground floor. Normally I like second floor, but I didn't have second floor from what I ordered. I got it on booking.com. I don't know what the normal rate is, so it's a nice room. I'm still uploading the third lecture that I filmed yesterday. It's 19% uploaded. I started uploading it a few hours ago, so the internet connection is probably slow. By now, I'm going to assume, even though if I had to bet, I would say you haven't done it, that you have done the first three homework. Remember, the first homework was to Google FTC versus John Beck. FTC stands for Federal Trade Commission. That's, if you Google that and click on the link, listen to whatever videos you find, read the finding of facts, you will see that most people who bought the company, I don't remember what it's called. It's not John Beck himself, but there was this company that was using John Beck's system. They were charging $8,000 coaching program, and from the finding of facts, most of the people who bought the coaching program lost money. Now, like I said in the first lecture, I don't know whether they lost money because they haven't managed to recover the 8,000, or if they lost 8,000 plus, they lost money trying to make money in tax liens. This isn't. No, I don't have research about other cases. I've heard of other companies offering coaching programs between $5,000 and $10,000. And if I had to bet, if there was a way to find out, I would say they did know better, people who bought those programs. My guess is they did know better than people who bought the company that you will find out about in the FTC versus John Beck program. My guess is most of the people who tried to make money lost money. At the minimum, they lost their whatever coaching fee they paid, and I suspect they probably lost that plus lost money in investing in tax liens itself. By the way, you will see me take a lot of these deep breaths, and don't get too excited. I'm not about to fall dead from an asthma attack or anything. It's a technique I'm using to avoid saying between sentences. In a different channel, I don't know if I did it on this channel, but I have another channel on YouTube called Overcover Make It Aware. And I watched that first video I took. It's the first time I ever took a video like this, talking to a camera, and I kept saying between sentences as I was thinking what I'm gonna say next. And then I did some research on YouTube and found this guy called Alex Lyon, Lyon, who recommended 3 techniques to get rid of those filler noises. And the one I tried is taking deep breaths, either whenever I catch myself saying or when I catch myself about to say So sometimes you will see me say and then take a deep breath, but sometimes you will see me take a deep breath without even saying but it's because I caught myself about to do that. The first thing in getting rid of these fear noises is to be self-conscious of them and pay attention. Because the first time I recorded the video, I had no idea that I was doing that until I watched myself the evening of the same day I took the video. So I'm going to assume you did the first homework, which is Google FTC versus John Beck. And if you haven't done it, pause this video and go do that homework. It's much more valuable than anything I'm going to say today. The second thing is I'm going to assume that by now you've read Robert Kiyosaki's 2 books that I recommended. The first one is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Second one is Cash Flow Quadrant. And then I didn't recommend them because there is meat in them. A lot of it is fluff. In fact, I think I said in one of the videos, if you have enough time, you may want to run a book. You may want to write a book called Kiyosaki Without the Bullshit, and say the same substance of what he said in his first 2 books, but in half the words that he used. I'm also going to assume that you are no longer afraid of losing $10,000. If you are still afraid of losing $10,000, you may want also to stop watching this channel and either go see a shrink or psychiatrist to help you overcome that fear, or put your money in an FDIC insured account in one of the top 5 banks, the ones that are considered too big to fail. You can Google them, I don't remember them offhand. I think it's Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Citibank, and Chase. But you Google it. That's why you won't lose your money. You may lose purchasing power if you continue getting high inflation, but at least you won't lose the principal. This lecture is called Introduction to Lean Taxing Investing. An alternative title would be The Best Way to Lose $10,000 While Trying to Make Money in Tax-Lien Certificates. One of the worst ways is to do what those people who bought the $8,000 coaching program did, or that company no longer exists, but they are, from what I heard, there are still people paying $5,000 to $10,000 to buy coaching programs from some tax education companies. My guess is they won't do better than the people who bought the coaching program from the company that was promoting John Beck's stuff. In my opinion, there's no substitute for experience, and if you follow what I say and lose $10,000 doing what I say, you will acquire a lot of education. So this is the 4th lecture. There will be this lecture and 26 more lectures in this introductory course. And the idea is to invest $10,000 in Arizona tax-lien certificates or in your state. But if you have to do in your state, you cannot just do what I say. You have to learn the laws in Arizona, laws in your state, and that's why you know how to change what I say to match your state. If you invest $10,000 trying as best as you can not to lose money and still lose that $10,000, then you will learn a lot, and you can be able at the end to make an informed decision whether tax-lien investing is for you or not. So today is January 15th, like I said, but uploading these videos is too slow. So I suspect this video will make it online around January 18th. January 18th is when you will be able to take practical steps to invest in Maricopa County tax liens. I have here to my right my laptop. I'm not going to show you the screen of my laptop for various reasons. One of them is I want you to do what I'm doing. I will tell you what I'm doing, and I want you to do it on your own computer instead of looking at my computer. So I'm going to google.com. I'm going to go to google.com. Yes, before I forget, the most important part, like I said, is the homework. The homework for today is to read the book called The 16% Solution. I'm going to put a link in the description. Let me go to Amazon.com and look it up. But if you don't find a link, like I said, I'm very busy in January, February. Actually, I'm very busy through April 15th, through end of tax season. You can Google it. You can go to Amazon.com and look for the 60% Solution. The author is Joel Moskovich. So the homework is to buy the book. As soon as you receive it, take a marker and cross at 16% and put 8% instead. And then read the book. That book was published in 2009? No, I read it before that. Maybe this is a third edition or something like that. Yeah, on YouTube I see 2009, but I read this book in the early 2000s, so this is probably, okay, this is called the revised edition. Yeah, I haven't read its second edition, revised and updated. But I wish he updated the title too, but probably he figured correctly that he wouldn't sell as many books, as many copies if he called it the 8% Solution. From the time he wrote the book, there has been a huge increase in competition. And when he first wrote the book, there was no online auctions of taxis. You have to be there in person, so there was less competition. Now a lot of the auctions are online, so there's much more competition. If you go to, it's possible to get 16% returns, but to do that you have to take too many risks, more risks than I advocate. So I want you to change the title to the 8% Solution and go for 8% returns. That's gross returns, before you take into account the due diligence expense. Like I said in the previous video, if you take 10,000, get 8% return on that money, but then, so that's $800, and then your due diligence would cost about $800. So if you make no mistake, you'll break even. If you make a mistake, you will lose money and learn a valuable lesson. So that's the first part of the homework. The second part of the homework is if you, by any chance, you watch this video before January 18, 2024, clean up your plate in terms of your to-do list. Try to get as many things done as possible, so that from January 18 to February 6, you can focus on Maricopa County tax liens. Personally, I probably won't invest there, but I'm not a beginner and I'm not looking to get 8% return. I'm looking to acquire properties, and for various reasons, I'm not going to get into them into this video. I probably won't have time to invest in Maricopa. I will try, but I will explain later that why I probably won't have time to invest in Maricopa County this year, 2024. I'm hoping to eventually get to Maricopa County investing. Probably so this is an introductory lecture. It's going to I'm going to go create a playlist for it. Probably in the next lecture, not in the next course. So this is 30 lectures course. In the second course, which will have playlist, which I will make in 2025. So don't wait for it in 2024. Then I will explain why I haven't invested. If I haven't invested in Maricopa in 2024, I'll explain why. So go after you bought the book and read actually it's best to read the book in parallel while you are trying to invest in Maricopa. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. You take responsibility for whatever losses you have, and by now if you have done the first homework, you know it's more likely than not that you will lose money, and it's not unlikely at all that you will lose all $10,000 that you put into this initially if you are a beginner. So if you are watching this anytime between January 18th, 2024 and February 6th, 2024, go to Google and type Maricopa County Tax Lien Sale 2024 and make sure you put 2024 in quotes. that will take you to a page, and I'm gonna put links once I get around to it. But it probably will be too late by the time I put links in description. So if you are watching this in the first half 2024, you just have to go to Google, like I said, and then that will take you to a page called tax sale details. I'm not going to tell you the whole URL, but the URL starts with treasurer.maricopa.gov and then /pages /loading page $page equal tax sale details. And this will tell you a few things I have said before, but I'm going to repeat them because these are important. I'm going to read from the page. So tax sale details, 2024 tax sale details. The tax lien sale of unpaid 2022. So if you buy a lien in 2024, you are buying the lien resulting from the fact that the property owner hasn't paid his or her 2022 property taxes. It's always like this. It's always 2 years. So this year, in 2025, you'll buy liens on properties or people who haven't paid their 2022 taxes. In 2025, the county will sell liens on properties of people who haven't paid their 2023 property taxes. So the tax lien sale of unpaid 2022 real property taxes will be held and will close on February 6, 2024. The Treasurer's tax lien auction website will be available on January 18, 2024 for both research and registration. So I'm gonna click on this Treasurer's tax liens auction website. That's a link. I'm gonna click on it, and that will take you to maricopa.arizonataxsale.com. And if this is the first time you are visiting this company, I think it's called Real Auction, something like that. The name of the company, see if it's somewhere here. So it's a private company holding the auctions on behalf of counties, several counties, including Maricopa County. Yes, the property is realauction.com. So if this is the first time, you need to click on register and then follow the instructions. I think I already have an account. Let me see if I have an account with these. I haven't bought in Maricopa since 2010 or 2011. And at that time, I don't think it was this company that was holding the auctions. Yes, I already have an account, so I'm able to log in. But if it's your first time you register, then you'll get a username. Yes, you'll get to pick a username and password, and then you'll be able to log in after that. And then right now what I was doing is whenever I log in every year, they ask me to confirm my information, contact information, phone number, stuff like that. So right now, January 15, so there's no list on, at least I think there's no list. I haven't made sure yet. I'll be clicking as we talk. But if you're watching this in January 18th, you'll be able to download a list from this website, a list of all tax liens. Let me go through it's asking me to confirm information from last year, see if anything has changed. And then once I answer those questions, I'm just clicking next because nothing has changed. And then I'll see if there is Looks like there is a list. I see January 24 in select benchmark. Let's see if there's a list. Views, there's a button called views downloads. To become qualified participant, you must complete the following. Yeah, at some point it tells you, I'm gonna read what it's telling me. It will tell you that too. To become qualified participant in the, there is a mistake here, it says 2023, but it should be 2024. By your COP account tax certificate sale, you must complete the following by the due date and time specified. A deposit transaction was required to be submitted. Okay, this was from last year, so they haven't updated the site for this year yet, which they probably will do on January 18th, so 3 days from now. Let's see. By the way, staying in motels is part of tax investing if you do due diligence in person, which is what I recommend. Like I said, you can do, I said yesterday, I think you can do it from home, but you are taking risks anyway, but you are taking more risks if you do it from home, because the property may have burned down, or the backyard may show that it has burned down on the back, and you wouldn't see that just by doing due diligence on the internet. Let's see, I told you what the homework is, and this kind of shows you kind of almost like reality TV, like what it's like to invest in tax liens. So I'm in a motel. I was in San Diego the last 8 days. Now I'm in Timicola. I'm going to be in 29 Palms from tomorrow until January 27th. So it gets me close to Arizona. And then on the 27th, I will go to Arizona and start the real work. So read 16% solution, but in your mind, rename it 8% solution. I wish you rename it this way. Check the links in description. If you can't find it in the links, and you can Google it and look it up on Amazon. And clean your plate. Make sure that you are able to devote January 18th through February 6th to tax investing. Or if you have a job and you have some extra vacation, you may want to consider taking vacations as much as possible during that time, so that you can research the properties, because it's really time consuming to research them to see which ones to buy liens in. Let me think, what else did I want to say? I think that's it for today. Yeah, so probably I will wait until January 18th, so in 3 days, when there is a list to guide you on how to invest in Maricopa County. So I'm gonna end it here and talk to you in a few days.